Alright guys, we're back with another banger. It's your boy, B-Zar, not to be confused with Caesar. Alright guys, we're back at the charts. If you remember my last video couple days ago, um you'll remember that I that we had this bat pattern played out, marked out. Um, we were coming down here. We saw a nice reaction, uh, and it's trying to mark lower. Can't mark lower again. Came below today. This whole day was just like grind down. Um, and maybe it was just to stop out these longers over here, but we did do a nice little rounding formation down here, and you know pretty nice support, and then new day started, and we're ripping back up past these highs, so we are technically changing market structure here. So this bat, yeah, kind of did play out. uh we could have drawn it from this low right here, hit the 886 perfectly right here. The B point, not as pretty, but nonetheless, it's still it's still playing out. So I project, I mean, we have to get above these highs to you know start thinking about all-time highs again. But we have to take one step at a time. If we do project this from this high to this low, and I'll just remove this one for now. We just hit a 382. Not a good enough retrace. If we do it from this high to this low, we did hit that 50 perfectly. And so, I mean, this could easily just go. It will probably have a reaction here, to be quite honest. Um, you know, so if we think that it's gonna be a bat right here, well, let's just take the Fibonacci up, maybe to the all-time high here. That hits pretty much a 618 if that bat played out from here to there, and it made a bat hit 618. A couple videos ago, I did say that it could hit a 618, make a slight reversal downward, but that's ultimately just to do this, slight pullback, find some support, and then go up to the 1618 for a crab. That'd be up at like 118. So this is something to be looking out for. This could be very toppy, who knows. I mean, this could be the start, and this could just get a slight pullback and then another rip higher, and who knows where it's going to top out, but we take it day by day, so we don't really necessarily know. But it's kind of what we're looking at right now. This is doing the bat as projected. I had this idea happening right at the low. Didn't see it until then for some reason, but if I was gonna take a long down here, that's what I would have done. I didn't though, because my capital is in another coin, which is Cookie. So Cookie is, had a rip higher, made a higher high, did a double bottom down here, and then made a higher high. The double bottom is pretty important. almost like a triple bottom, because it's not going to be able to project any pattern because it is a, double bottom. There is no higher low, you know. There is no lower low to make a shark or a cipher. So this invalidates any pattern on the way up, which is nice to see because that just says, hey, there is no pattern on the way up until it starts making patterns up here maybe, but from here to here, it's going to be hard to find a pattern until it, does other things up here. And, at that point you would assess at that point. But, from this high to this low, there has been no pullbacks. It's just been V-shape from there. So there hasn't been a pullback. I mean, unless we get a pullback at the 886, then you're looking at a deep crab. If you get a pullback right now at the 786, you're looking for butterfly 1272 and 1414. But I just hope this thing just rips higher. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, on the larger time frames, we can see what's going on here. Just want to make sure this is in the log. And if you did satisfy a pullback that was deep enough for any kind of pattern, and ultimately it is a deep crab, or I'm sorry, it is a crab. If you get a pivot here, you pull back from the B to C, that's a 50% from B to C. From A, B, C, that's 50%, and that satisfies a B to C wave. From here, it could be a crab, or it could just do a Gartley. Who knows? I mean, if this thing gets really bullish and crypto turns around and goes to all-time highs, spins everybody's heads off, people just might really FOMO in and want to catch the next leg, and that would dump everything into altcoins as the last leg of the cycle is typically altcoin, as they say, season, whatever. But if you go and look at the dominance of Tether stablecoin, I was worried that this was going to do sorry. A crab here to get the 1618. It looks like it's getting rejected here. I mean, this crab is still in play until it breaks that C point. Once it breaks the C point, then that crab's definitely not in play, and we're definitely going higher on Bitcoin and lower on dominance for stablecoin. So it's too early to tell, but this could just do this, and come all the way down and still be a crab at the end of the day. This could do whatever in the meantime, but it can't go below C. So yeah, so that's that. We could take a look at Ethereum. I know Ethereum is this was like an all-time low in the cycle. This is like the perfect time to buy. It's kind of crazy, but we are getting a nice consolidation, flag type of behavior, upsloping. Some people think that's bearish, but in like bull markets, it's kind of bullish if it starts doing the hockey stick, you know. And you know, that's the hockey stick. You play hockey with that. So just a little tip. So, and yeah, you're above the 4 hour 200 EMA, and you know, it's just it's looking constructive. So I think we still have some time left. This could, whatever economically macro economic news with the Trump tariffs and things like that, who knows what the hell's going to happen. So I mean, anything could flip, but you know, I think people are based off of the charts and the way it's everything is kind of looking. Everybody's kind of predicting that this is a things are going to wane, and you know, the market conditions are going to get better. And I think that's what the you know the charts are saying. I think predictively this there people are anticipating higher prices, and I think a better times economically. So, can take a look at Moodang. You know, Moodang's just doing a consolidation after this big run up. This could be also flagging, and I think Moodang really had its run. I think that's gonna take a little bit before it starts running again. I think people are cycling through these coins. You know, this at the 50% level easily could run up to the 886, and then you know, I don't think the pullback was big enough for a B2C wave, and it wasn't. So I mean, this could easily go wherever at this point. So nothing crazy there. I think everything's really consolidating. This drift coin, it's kind of been a dud. It's been messing with people since this big 300% move up, and it's just been grinding down. And you know, I think that's done. Grass. This can get really bullish really quick, and it can outperform a lot of other coins, but you know, this hit the 618, hit the 886. I think the next move really is 1618, and from here to the 1618, it's 150%. I think a lot of these have a lot of growth left in them. This is just rounding just for another leg up. I think a lot of these are just gonna get legs up, and it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard. Ape, yeah, just making lower lows. But as soon as this thing breaks out, I think it's gonna break out. But it's an older coin, and I think people are done with it. Yeah, you know, everything could just really pump. So anyway, that is my analysis for today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Whoever is tuning in to this channel, shout out to B-Zar, my favorite person, Scott Carney, you know, the harmonic guy. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you later.